Stitches and Sundries. This is a podcast about cross stitch, stitchy goodness, a floss tube, if you will. And my name is Lauren. I'm on Instagram as Lauren Up Stitching, so come follow me over there. I'm okay at posting sometimes. I am a cross stitcher. I have gotten a bunch of new subscribers recently, so if you haven't been through a bunch of videos with me, I and through everything. Really bad about that. And I have a variety of projects. I don't stitch one particular type of thing. Maybe a little cutesy, maybe a little creepy. That's kind of the only vibe. But nothing too crazy. I mean, look, I did a tea time somewhere. There. Tea time. And then I also did a graveyard tree. Like, I'm all over the place. So there's lots of fun stuff, and I hope I have some projects that you will enjoy. Listen here, anything crazy happened since last time? Not really. It's summer, the heat wave is here. I'm staying inside and stitching. That's my whole goal. So I'm having a great time. Today I really don't have much going on. Truly. Not much to report here. I do have 2 finishes and a bunch of WIPs. Do I have any new starts this time? I don't think I do. I did a bunch of new starts last month, and so I'm just kind of getting caught up, but I will have some new stuff soon. I do a lot of smalls, so I tend to have stuff coming and going pretty regularly. Oh, I do have a teeny tiny bit of haul while I'm looking over here. Teeny tiny bit of haul. So I went to my local bookshop recently and pre-ordered Witchy Stitcher's book that's coming out in August. She has her first ever cross stitch book coming out, and I knew I needed it. The Witchy Stitcher's an awesome spooky designer. And so I went to order. And while I was there, I was like, oh, you know what? I've been really wanting to get this book. This is by Tusk and Cardinal. It's Creepy Cross Stitch. It is super cute. I really like her style. I'll show you some of the pictures on the back. I like that little rat, little moon and stars. Very cute. And so I ordered this, and the guy at the bookshop I think just accidentally, just because when I said, oh, I want the Creepy Cross Stitch book, he just kind of saw the first one, which is her latest book, and he ordered me this one. And when it came in, I was like, oh, no, I wanted the one actually named Creepy Cross Stitch. And he's like, oh my gosh. But I was like, I'm not sad to have this. So I got this one, and then I ordered this one too. I have both. And I'm going to have a Witchy Stitcher book. So excited to do one out of this. I'll show the back here. I'm not going to do a flip through or anything. But, I mean, look at that. That's so pretty. Love. So, I've got 2 new books. Very fun and cool. Look forward to doing some out of them. Today is just a casual day because it's hot and muggy, and I'm going to drink iced tea and hang out with you guys. And it's hot and muggy. I'm gonna drink iced tea. I'm in my basement, so it's a little cooler. It's nice. All right, so what have I got? Okay, let's start with finishes. Let me start with finishes. So this is my oldest. I was so worried about bumping the camera last time. I was like, oh my gosh, this camera is shaking all over the place because I have my book out and stuff. No, when I was editing, it was like very smooth. Technology. So this is my oldest WIP, and it is now done. I think the thumbnail might have given it away a little bit. This is my oldest WIP. I started this in May of 2023, so it took me 2 years to finish it. And this is Greenhouse of Oddity by, whoa, what was that color change? This is Greenhouse of Oddity by Lola Crow. And it is complete. It is fully done, backstitched and everything. I tried to really keep up with the backstitching. And yeah. I freaking love it. I think it is so cute. It is so good. I stitched this on 28 count, just like a natural linen. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby back in the day. I don't really try not to shop there too much, but I got some fabric I'm still working through. And yeah, super cute. I love that little skelly guy. He was fun to stitch at the end there. I really like how this turned out. She has multiple versions. You can change this guy out. This is George Washington Carver. It could also be Charles Darwin. I think she might even have a color conversion so they're not in just black and white, but I like them in black and white. I really like the shine, like letting the flowers color shine. And yeah, it turned out beautifully. I'm so happy to have this done. Like I said, this took me 2 years to do. Obviously not working on it straight through. But my oldest WIP is now off. Even my full coverage, I don't think was started. This is older than even my full coverage. So, glad to have that done. Oh, I roll it. Hang on. So, if you're stitching as well, tell me, what's your oldest WIP? We see WIP parades all the time where people are like, I have 200 WIPs. I'm just not that kind of girl. But what's your oldest one that's just like languishing out there? And do you plan to finish it? Is it something you're actively working on? Or is it like, oh, I work on it once a year? Or tell me about your WIPs. Gosh darn it. I store all my finished projects in these tubes, like what Aida comes in. And this one's a little big for the tube. Go in. I'll deal with you later. All right, we'll deal with that later. The other finish I have, because I had 2, this one fits much better. This was a start I did for Mania. And it was just a small, so it was, or actually no, I think this was a little before Mania. This is Tea Party. Hope you like wrinkles. Tea Party by Mama Witch XStitch. And it turned out so cute. They're such cute little possums. They are so gosh darn cute. So this was a pretty quick stitch. The only thing is, and I think I messaged her about it. There is a duplicate symbol in here, and I had to rip out, I had to frog a chunk because she uses the same symbol for the yellow as a brown that's like down here in the leaves. And so I knew when I was in an acorn, but some of these leaves I didn't know. And so I caught myself and had to frog a little bit. So, but that's not really that big a deal. It's a pretty small project, so even frogging is like not that big a deal. And this is so cute, and obviously it perfectly fits the size hoop I have, so that's probably how I'm going to end up finishing it. This was a pretty quick little stitch. Perfect for fall. I'm getting into the mood to do some fall stitching, which is, you know, that's always my mood, so that's not helpful when I really need some summer decor. And I'm like, more fall stitching? People are putting out their Halloween projects now. I'm on it. I am on the Halloween projects. So those were my 2 finishes. That's kind of what I've got. I've got some stuff on the table to be finished, fully finished here soon. Oh, I also got, on both of them, I think. Let me double check. Can't remember on this one. Hang on. I'm looking, I promise. Oh, maybe not. Oh, gosh darn it. I thought, oh, I put my initials on it already. I signed it. And on this one, I did not. This big one. I definitely did on the little one. So I might put my initials like here, going vertically up against this edge down near the dirt. So it'll just kind of be like very subtly in right there. So that's where I'm thinking about putting it. I try and sign most of my work. Sometimes the piece doesn't really have room for it. And sometimes it's like a gift or something. And I don't, unless it's certain people where I know they'd appreciate that or not mind it, I try not to sign gifts. It depends on the person. Like I have a piece for my cousin and I'm like, he doesn't need a signature. But if I was making it for my other cross-stitchy friends, I know they really like a signature. So, all right, so those are all my finishes. I have a bunch of WIPs. So let's get into it. Let's hop into it. All right. So this is my full coverage stitch. This is Graveyard by Nazaire. She's a pixel artist, and she very kindly let me convert her pixel art into a cross stitch. Don't ask me why I felt the need to go that extra mile. And while I was talking there's where I was last time, and I've made really good progress, really good progress. So I'm on the second row for me of second section of diagonals. So I think I was in this angel. So I got this whole part of the angel done, came over, got this cross stitch. I'm in the forest now and this big honking tree. And man, I just love these colors. I am just in love with this piece. This is not going to be a huge full coverage, obviously, but I don't do a lot of full coverage. I find it very intimidating. But I'm trying. I'm working through it. And yeah, I felt the need to start with something like this. I think it's turning out really beautifully. I think this is going to be a lovely piece for my bedroom, I think is where I plan to put it. And yeah. I have changed my parking and finishing method a couple different times. I'm still trying to find how I'm comfortable stitching. I think that's the part of full coverage stitching that I find really intimidating, is the finding the methodology that works for you. Like, how do you like to park your threads? How do you like to end a thread? Do you want to be flipping back and forth? Do you want a completely no flip method? Can you one hand under, one hand over, you know, dual hand stitch? I couldn't when I first started just because of like my lighting setup. I couldn't see what I was doing. But I got that fixed, and now that's how I stitch. So do you have a scroll frame? Do you have a something to hold it? So on and so forth. So I'm really enjoying this stitch. It is fun to get out every single time. I love the colors. It makes me happy to work on it. And I'm currently, my goal for the year was to get to 50% on this, and I'm at 30. So I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can get to 50%. So yeah. Graveyard by Nazaire. I've already been picking out my next full coverage when this one's done. You know, in 3 or 4 years, I'll pick out my next full coverage. All right, I'm just gonna pick from my bag. Whatever comes out, comes out. All right, sorry. There's like cat hair and it's like touching my face. There's cat hair everywhere. Okay, this one was a Mania start. This is Plants and Petrichor by Fine Frog Stitching. I loved this when it was offered as a sale last year. And so I'm super excited to finally be doing it. And there's where I was in May when I got it started. And I feel like I've done so freaking much on this, but it is, this one's a beast. So I put in probably about 1,000 more stitches, and I'm still working on this window. This window is chunky. So I've gotten a lot of that gray clouds, which is a little hard to see on this fabric, filled in. A lot of vine, some little items, got all the window letting done. And I've just been working my way through. I'm like about to jump over to this shelf with the bowl on it. But it feels a little crazy to move off when I've got so much stitching to do on this window. Got so much to do on this window. But either way, I'm loving it on this fabric. This is 28 count or 32 count. Hang on. Let's consult the book. This is not the right page. This is 28 count Gothic by Picture This Plus. I got from Rogue Stitching back in the day. I don't think they exist anymore. Or Rogue Stitching does. Their ready to ship fabric doesn't, I don't think, anymore. But anyway, yeah, I love it. I'm really enjoying these colors. I'm really enjoying how the red and the green pop on this purple. It's very, very pretty. It's very fun to get out. I went through and like organized all my patterns and like all the patterns I kind of have on my, like I've got a lot of patterns that I either own or like on a wish list, but then I made a priority wish list, like really, really wish. And I organized them by size. I'm realizing I have a lot of larger to medium to large to extra large projects. So obviously I need to be a little more like discerning with the variables. Like I want lots of different sizes and things going on because I don't like to feel like I'm never finishing anything ever again. There is nothing, I can never finish any of these projects. They are so massive and overwhelming. So I like some smalls mixed in. Speaking of smalls, here's a small. This is Cemetery Gate by Martha's Garden cross stitch on Etsy. It's a very cute little small. Flip back in the book. And somewhere in there was where I was, and I am almost done. Again, this is a pretty small stitch. I think it's maybe 2,500 stitches total. Here's where I'm at. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So I've just got this section of leaves and flowers to finish up. I completely finished up the stone gate, the candles, all the stars are stitched in. Yeah. So this is like 85% done. Very cute. This is just stitched on 28 count black linen. Just the generic stuff. But I really like how it makes the color, the very light colors. I'm told this is blue. It looks pretty gray to me, but I'm told it's blue and it pops very nicely. I struggle with blues specifically. So, but I really, really like this piece. When I originally looked at it, I thought it was a bright red gate, and it's turning out to be more rusty red, more rusty brown orange, but I'm really liking it. I'm really liking that a lot. So, I mean, that was a quick one. I don't have much to say other than I really put the pedal down on this one. So I'll probably have a finish on that soon. And I'm going to try and, again, keep it replaced with another small. The small I'm thinking I'm going to do is, I'll put it up here. This is Spring Spirit by Sprouting Lupine. I have it from a stitch box from a couple years ago. And I've been meaning to do it. And it seems like time. Now that spring has passed and I have no ability to use it until next year. I mean, I can do whatever I want. But you know what I mean. Now seems like the time. Let's see here. Okay, this was another mania start for me. This is Persephone's Garden by Jed XStitch, or Jessica Dioze. Can't remember her last name. I'll look it up. I'll look it up and put it in there. And I had just gotten a little start on this the last time, and so I've put some more time into it. Let me pull. Let me get to the page. How do we spell? How do we alphabet? So here is where I'm at, and that is looking so cute. I'm loving the colors on this fabric. Let me change the way I'm holding it here. I'm really loving the colors on this fabric. There are some, let's see if I get, there are some like specialty stitches in this like turquoise right here. There's specialty stitches in the centers of these flowers. But otherwise it is just the play of the colors and I am loving it. These reds are so juicy. Like, so juicy. Really, really liking how this is turning out. This is stitched on 14 count light denim by Atomic Ranch. And I got it at my local cross stitch shop. It's 3 hours away, but I make the trip because it's worth it. And you can see it was a remnant. It was just like in the bin. And it was literally the perfect size. So I am in love with this stitch. Yeah, it's so pretty. I think Jessica, the artist, Jed XStitch, has such an eye for color. As a person who does not have an eye for color, I am on the colorblind spectrum, and I feel like I'm constantly struggling with how to put colors together and everything. And I have my sister pick colors for me all the time and vet colors for me all the time. I don't do color conversions very often because of that. I'm so impressed with her eye for really making really saturated colors feel so cohesive and just like juicy. Like juicy is the right word. I'm impressed by artistic people. As a person that just loves to follow instructions, like that scratches the little spreadsheet girl itch in the back of my head, following instructions. I'm amazed by people that can create stuff. All right. Where am I at now? There. I'm looking for my pages. All right. This is Hocus Pocus by the Prairie Schooler. And it is so cute and pretty. And so I love the vintage Halloween feel. Ooh, okay. Pause. Hocus Pocus. Move out for a second. Tiny Modernist just released her Halloween sale for 2025. And I plan to do it. I'm probably not going to get it started right on time. Probably going to be a couple weeks out because I'm planning a trip down to Charleston to go to the Village Sampler. An awesome, if you're in anywhere near Charleston, West Virginia, not Charleston, South Carolina, West Virginia, go to the Village Sampler. It's an awesome little shop. And we're going to pick fabric and I'm going to pick up floss and blah, blah, blah for it. And I'm going to be doing it with my friend Devin. And we're kind of in two minds right now. I don't know if I'm going to do it as the complete piece or if I'm going to take each of the elements, which appear to be small little boxes of things, and do them as individual smalls. I like the idea of smalls. I have several larger pieces, larger Halloween pieces. And so smalls to like sprinkle in amongst them would be really nice. And I love Tiny Modernist. I've just realized I don't think I have any. I don't have any Tiny Modernist behind me. Okay, off screen, right there, is a Tiny Modernist Halloween sal, but it's big and it's heavy. It's right there, but it is right there. I really like her. She's one of my favorite designers. So I'm excited to do another Halloween sale. All right, back to Hocus Pocus. Back to Hocus Pocus. All right, so I'm finishing these as little individual cards instead of as the full piece. And I'm going to do them at like a little card bunting or whatever. For my cubicle at my office. And there's where I was. I had finished some stuff. I think I had finished up the Lucky Cat last time. So I finished up the Hourglass this time. As well as most of the palmistry. There's a little bit of backstitch over here in the thumb that I still need to finish. But all the crosses are done in that one. And I think it looks freaking great. Freaking great. So I have one more card in the main stitch. And then the pattern came with 2 bonus stitches. So 2 more extra cards. And there's just no way. I'm not going to be able to fit another 2 on here. Even sideways. I measured and measured. I tried to make it happen. But I kind of knew that going in. That if I wanted to leave enough space to make a little card, I would need I probably wouldn't be able to get all 11 on here. But that's okay because I plan to do more of these. She has another set. This is Hocus Pocus. She has another set of these, I think slightly differently sized, called Boom Moon, which I also have. And I plan to do Boom Moon as well. So them not being identical and being on different fabric, I'm just going to mix them in. So I am okay with that. So once this is done on this fabric, and I get this last one in here, I'm going to pick another fabric that I think is complementary to the colors I'm stitching in, and just finish up the last two on that fabric. And then I'll probably take these and try and get them finished up as the little cards. And then I'll work on the Boom Moon like at another date when I feel like it. Maybe closer to Halloween. I don't know. We'll get it out when I feel like getting it out. So, one left. Well, three left. Three left. I really like this fabric. This is 32 count Dragon's Lair. Had to read, could not read for a second. 32 count Dragon's Lair Lugana from BeStitchMe. I freaking love it. It came in a box, in a mystery stitch box. And I freaking love her stuff. It's so pretty. This complemented perfectly for the vintage Halloween aesthetic that this set is obviously going for. So really pleased with that. Really liking how these are turning out. Look, an owl. I have to show off here. I don't think I've ever showed the page for this one. So this is the page for Hocus Pocus in my stitchy book. And there's the back. I think that turned out so cool. It's very simple, but I really like it. All right. Okay, we're moving right. Okay, that I feel like is going to show up. That was a big bump. This is my last WIP. I've got a couple other things that I put a little bit of stitching on, just not enough to show. It's not really, nothing really happened. Some I just like got some back stitching in on, things like that. This is Goblin Market by Patricia Andrle. Andrle. And, man, do I not know my alphabet anymore? Nope. G comes before H. Did you know that? Goblin Market. While I was talking about alphabets, I'll put in where I was. And here is where I'm at. There we go. There it is now. With a sticky note. In the basket of fruit. So, oh, man, I don't want it to cover his little toesies. Hang on. You've seen the rat before. So, I pretty much have the tablecloth done. Got all that done. Got some back stitching to do on the like fringe. Come on, man, help me out. I've got some back stitching to do on the fringe here. I got his pants stitched in and his feet all stitched in. They just need the back stitching done. Got all the back stitching on the grapes done. Got started on this basket of fruit. Yeah. Working my way over there. Getting there slowly. It is amazing to me how the back stitching made those grapes look like actual grapes. Like before they just looked like kind of like in disparate purple blobs. And the back stitching just brings it all together beautifully. And yeah. This is such a cute little thing. This is for my sister. She saw it, I think on Etsy, and was like, I need this. And I finally ordered it and got it started. And yeah. Super cute little goblin guy. This is so colorful. All my projects steal colors from this thing. because it has so many people that do Hades and stuff are like, oh my gosh, you think that's a lot of colors? But for me, this is like a lot of colors, especially for something that's not full coverage, not a Hade. It's like, you know, that's a lot. So it's not one I take for mobile stitching. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm really loving this. It is super fun to work on again. It is very 90s. The pattern is very 90s. It's a lot of little color changes. A lot of times you'll have a color is in there for 16 stitches and no more, things like that. But it's very cute. It's very cute. So I'm going to finish up here to the edge of his cart stall. And I think I'm going to do the border that's down here, which, man, I did not leave myself too much border there, but I'll live. And then I'll start heading up towards the spider and the roof and all the writing and stuff. So yeah, take this, stick it back in here. That is all I have for this time. I'll cut out that piece where my name was on the thing. I don't know why I'm bothering, but anyway. That is all I have for this time. I have a couple things, like I said, coming down the pipe to be started soon. A couple things I'm hoping to be finished with relatively soon. I'm very close on a couple of pieces. I'm close on the cemetery gate, Hocus Pocus. I'm pretty close on some of those. Some of my ones that I didn't show here today, I'm pretty close on. So maybe I'll have some finishes next time. Summer is getting kind of busy, kind of hectic, kind of stressful, but you know, it's great. I get to sit inside and stitch. That's really all I'm looking for in the world. Yeah. So I hope you all are also getting to sit inside and stitch. I hope things are going peacefully. You're enjoying the summer. You're taking vacations. You're taking, you know, doing some stitch-a-thons or something like that. I hope you're having a wonderful time. So again, tell me about what WIPs you're working on, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys!